In the damp nights of New Zealand, when the moon glimmers on giant fern fronds and the air carries the scent of rain and ancient earth, a deep, rhythmic sound echoes through the darkness, a low vibration, like the heartbeat of the forest itself. It is the call of the Kakapo, the parrot that sings with the voice of the ancient world. Millions of years ago, New Zealand broke away from the supercontinent Gondwana and drifted into the ocean, a fragment of Eden adrift in isolation. On this land without mammalian predators, life evolved in extraordinary ways. Birds became the rulers of every ecological niche. Runners, burrowers, climbers, each adapting to a world that belonged entirely to them. Among them, one species chose a different path. The Kakapo, Strigops habroptilus, descended from ancient tropical parrots, gradually abandoned flight. It no longer needed to flee from danger. With no enemies, the sky became unnecessary. The forest was enough. Its wings shortened, its body grew heavier, and its feathers took on the deep green of moss and lichen, perfect camouflage in the forest floor. Over millions of years, the Kakapo became a living relic of evolution, a creature balanced between two worlds, the avian and the terrestrial. At first sight, the Kakapo looks like something from a dream. Weighing up to 4 kilograms, it is the heaviest parrot on Earth. Soft, round, and covered in plush moss-green plumage. Its large dark eyes are framed by a disc of feathers, giving it the gentle expression of a curious owl. For this reason, it's often called the owl parrot. Its short wings cannot lift it into the air, but they help it balance as it climbs or glides softly down from trees. Its legs are strong, built for walking and climbing with surprising agility. Though it moves slowly, the Kakapo is a silent explorer, wandering through the undergrowth with deliberate grace. Unlike almost all other parrots, the Kakapo lives by night. When darkness falls, its world awakens. It navigates with its keen sense of smell, one of the few birds known to have such a refined one. It sniffs out ripe fruit, tender roots, and fresh leaves. Every motion is slow and purposeful, as if time flows differently in its tranquil world. Unlike almost all other parrots, the Kakapo lives by night. When darkness falls, its world awakens. It navigates with its keen sense of smell, one of the few birds known to have such a refined one. It sniffs out ripe fruit, tender roots, and fresh leaves. Every motion is slow and purposeful, as if time flows differently in its tranquil world. By day, it hides among moss and ferns or in hollow tree trunks, invisible against the forest floor, a shadow of green stillness in a land of light. Each Kakapo has its own distinct personality. Researchers tell remarkable stories. Some are shy, others bold, and a few irresistibly playful. There are Kakapo that climb onto cameras, tug at zippers, or follow scientists through the forest as if in quiet companionship. Despite its clumsy charm, the Kakapo is intelligent and sensitive. It recognizes faces, remembers paths, and forms emotional bonds. It lives with a kind of meditative awareness, a gentle soul wrapped in feathers. Every 2 or 3 years, when breeding season returns, New Zealand's forest becomes a natural amphitheater. Males carve shallow bowls in the ground, called booming bowls, and from these they emit deep, resonant calls, low-frequency pulses that roll like thunder through the valleys. This sound, known as booming, can travel for miles through the night air. It is a primal language of longing, an echo from another age. When a female finally arrives, the encounter is cautious, gentle, and ancient, a ritual written in the DNA of time itself. But the story of the Kakapo is also a story of tragedy. You see, when humans arrived, they brought along cats, rats, and stoats, predators the Kakapo had never known. An earthbound, trusting bird stood no chance. By the early 20th century, the Kakapo had vanished from most of its homeland, and by the 1970s, it was thought to be extinct. But the story of the Kakapo is also a story of tragedy. When humans arrived, they brought cats, rats, and stoats, predators the Kakapo had never known. An earthbound, trusting bird stood no chance. By the early 20th century, the Kakapo had vanished from most of its homeland, and by the 1970s it was thought to be extinct. Then, in 1977, hope was reborn. On a remote island, a few surviving birds were discovered, the last voices of an ancient lineage. What followed became one of the most extraordinary conservation efforts in natural history. Every Kakapo was relocated to predator-free sanctuaries. Each bird was given a name, a number, and constant care. Scientists monitored nests with cameras, drones, and heat sensors. Some birds were hand-raised, others received specialized nutrition and even artificial insemination. The species breeds slowly. A female may lay just 1 or 2 eggs every few years, but honestly, each chick is celebrated as a triumph of hope. Today there are just over 200 kakapo left in the world. Each one is known individually, protected with, real devotion. They are, in every sense, living guardians of a lost world. The kakapo is more than a rare bird. It is a symbol of endurance, gentleness, and faith in life itself. It reminds us that evolution is not always about speed or dominance, but about harmony, adaptation, and patience. To watch a kakapo move beneath the moonlight is to see the past walking before our eyes, a creature untouched by haste, existing in quiet defiance of extinction. And so, as the night covers New Zealand's misty forests and the wind sighs through the ferns, the kakapo continues its slow, deliberate journey, a guardian of memory, a parrot that forgot how to fly but never forgot how to survive. Because in its stillness lies a lesson for us all. True strength is not found in speed, but in the grace of endurance.